Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will learn about another data structure in Python called as sets. So you might have heard about sets in your high school or class 10, class 12 standards. So sets in Python typically represent a set in mathematics. Okay. So if we want to know a definition of sets in Python, they are mutable, unordered collection of heterogeneous elements. Okay. Heterogeneous elements. So we will see what do we mean by unordered collection. All right. So let's get started. So how do we declare a set? Let's say I want to create a set in my set. It's a variable. Here I will create a set with elements in it as 1, 2, 3. Then I'll say Shankar. Then I'll also have some complex number. Okay. Plus 8j. So why I'm including different data types in here? Just to demonstrate the meaning of heterogeneous collection. Okay. Now, what do we mean by unordered? Okay. So let's say this is my set. In list, you know that we can index the elements in it, but in sets we cannot do so. If we want to access this element 1 in the set, we will not be sure that this 1 will be present in the 0th position always. So if I just say 0, it will return me an error because sets are unordered collection, and that is why these are non-indexable. So we can include another point here. Since set is an unordered collection, we cannot index it. Okay. So this you please remember it. And also another important point is it only will have unique elements. Okay. So in this definition, you can change it to unordered collection of unique heterogeneous elements. So we'll see what do we mean by unique now. Let's say I'm creating a set again, okay, my set, and I'm including 3 two times. Okay, if I execute it and then see the contents of the variable my set, you see 3 is included only once. All right. So you can see even the unorderedness in the set, right? So first element I gave here is 1, but while displaying, we got complex number 4 plus 8j as our first element. So this is how a typical set is declared in Python. Okay. Either we can use this curly brace method, or we can say if we want to create an empty set, my empty set is equal to set. So this will be of type set. If I check the type of this variable my empty set, it will be set. Okay. And also the type of the earlier variable that I created, which is my set, it will also be set. Now we will see some of the available methods in set. Okay. So let's say I want to see what are all available methods. So what we can do in this Jupyter notebook, if I just say variable, which is my set, dot and then hit tab. Okay. So it will say add, clear, copy, difference. There are so many methods, right? So now we will see one by one of these methods. Okay. So let's get started. So let's say I want to start with add method. Okay. Now if I again want to add Shankar, okay, Shankar is already present in this my set, right? This will not be affected, which means since I already have Shankar in my set variable, this will not be added again because it is a unique collection of elements. Elements will not be repeated in Python sets. Okay. So if you want to check the definition of this add method, just come inside that method and then press shift plus tab. So you will see it adds an element to a set. This method has no effect if the element is already present, right? So you can see Shankar is already present, so it is not having any effect on this particular variable which is set. Okay. So this is add method. Let's say if I want to create another set, my new set is equal to, I'll say I'll include the elements such as 1, 3, Pense, okay, and Shankar. So this is my new set. So if I check my new set, it will display 1, 3, Pense and Shankar. Okay. Now let's go to next available methods in the set. If I say my set dot, okay, if I want to add, I did not demonstrate how to add an element which is not existing, right? So let's do that. So let's say I have this my set, right? 1, 2, 3, Shankar, 4 plus 8J. Now if I want to add something called as software engineer in it. So now if I check my set, we will see another element added in this by name software engineer, which is a string. Okay. Now let's go ahead with next available methods. So let's say my set dot. I will demonstrate clear and copy towards the end of this video, or maybe in part 2 of Python. So now let's jump to difference. So if I want to check the difference between two sets, my set and my new set, I have two sets, right? So what this difference method does, so it returns the difference of two or more sets as a new set. Okay, so understand this particular line. All elements that are in this set but not the others. So all elements that are present in this my set but not present in my new set. So if you want to make it easy, let me just display the values of my set and my new set in here. New set. Okay. So you can see the values elements of both the sets here. Now if I execute my set or difference my new set, my new set, why it says my new set is not defined, it says my new set is defined. So let's see it. Yeah, so there was a mistake, typo error. S was capital, I guess. That's all right, now it's settled. So you see the difference between my set and my new set is 4 plus 8J 2 and software engineer, right? So if you look at it carefully, these three elements are present in my set but not present in my new set. So if I reverse the difference method, when I say reverse, if I take the difference between my new set and my set, you will see a difference output here, difference in output here, right? So now this will return me only Pense, because if you look at my new set and my set, only Pense is present in this, which is not present in this particular variable my set. Okay, so this difference will return the elements present in a variable which we call difference on, but not present in the set which we pass to the difference method as an argument. Okay, please note this difference carefully. Hope you guys understood it. Okay, so this is about difference. Now we'll go ahead with the next methods. My set dot next it says difference update. Okay, now what does it do? You already saw the difference return of this difference method on my set and my new set, right? So the elements of my set is this one, and the return values from the difference between my set and my new set is this one, 4 plus 8J 2 software engineer, right? Now if I execute this between these two sets, my set and my new set, okay, right, and check the definition of it, it removes all elements of another set from this set. So let's see, what this line might be a bit confusing, but let's execute and show you how it works. Okay, so I'm executing it. Now if I check my set values, you see earlier my set had these values, right? 4 plus 8J 1 2 3 Shankar software engineer, right? Now my set has only the values 4 plus 8J 2 software engineer, which was the output of difference between my set and my new set, right? You notice it here, right? So this is what this difference update method does. It first takes the difference between these two sets, and then whatever output the difference method provides, it will just replace those elements in my set. Okay, the original my set will be lost, only the difference in elements will be present in my set. Okay, so this is about difference. let me have this my set again redefined so that it will be easy for demonstrating. Okay, so my set, if I execute, I have these elements again. So if I go to next set, next method available, we saw difference and difference update, right? So let's see discard. So what this discard does, so it says remove an element from a set if it is a member. Okay, if the element is not a member, it does nothing. Let's say I want to remove that complex number, right? 4 plus 8j. I don't want this complex number to be part of this particular set. So if I say my set dot discard 4 plus 8j and then check my set, that element is removed. So that's what it says, right? Remove an element from the set if it is a member. Now, since we have removed that complex number, let's say I again execute this particular step. I want to remove, I will tell Python interpreter to remove 4 plus 8j from my set. But this 4 plus 8j is already removed. It is not present in this particular set, right? So what happens if I execute? It literally does nothing. It searches for this element. If it's not there, it will just keep quiet. Now, if you see the output, it will be unaffected. So it will not throw you any error. So that's what discard does. Now, let's go ahead with next method. Okay. Now, I want to check intersection method. What this intersection method does. So it returns the intersection of two sets as a new set. What it means? Only those elements will be returned which are present in both the sets. Okay, so let's have the values displayed here again for our convenience. This is my set and my new set. So you see 1, 2, 3 Shankar, 1, 3 pencil Shankar. Now if I say my set intersection my new set, it will return me 1, 3 Shankar because these three elements are present in both the sets. Okay, so this intersection returns only those elements which are present in both the sets. Okay, so this is intersection. Now we'll see next method. My set dot, it says intersection update. So what this intersection update does? So if I just look at it, it updates set with the intersection of itself and another. So we'll see the output. Okay, so I'll say my set dot intersection update. I need to have the intersection update with my new set. Okay, so if I execute it and then check my variable my set, it will just have the elements which are common in both the sets. Earlier we had my set 1, 2, 3 Shankar, right? Correct. And in my new set we had 1, 3 paint Shankar. So which are the common elements? Those are 1, 3 Shankar. This intersection update will update this set on which we are calling the method with the elements which are common in both the sets. Correct. So this is the output 1, 3 Shankar. Okay. So suppose let's say I just interchange this my new set here. Okay. Let me demonstrate that as well. What happens? So let's say I have this my set is equal to this. Okay. Now if I say the values, if I see the values of my set, it will be this one, and the values or elements in my new set will be these things. Now, if you see, if you want to see the difference between what happens between calling intersection update on my set and calling intersection update on my new set. We have seen what happens when we call intersection update on my set, right? So the common elements will be returned to my set. So if we call intersection update on my new set, okay, intersection update on my new set with my set, you will see that the common elements will be returned to this my new set. Okay, so just remember this, whether it's a difference update or intersection update or any update, the effect will be taken on the set or a variable on which it is called. Okay, not which is passed to the method, but the effect will be on the variable on which the intersection update or difference update is called. Hope this is clear. It is a bit confusing initially till you get some hands on in it. Okay, so now if I check my set, it will be unaffected because we called intersection update on my new set. So that's all for this video. We will see remaining methods in next part. Okay, so continue learning. Hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, post it in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you. So thanks one and all. Bye bye.